podium to give them
Thank you, Ms. Rowland. Our writing prompt in language arts class asks us to agree or disagree with a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. and to explain it in preparation for the New Jersey ASK testing. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. I looked around the room and saw everyone in deep thought, mostly, contemplating how they would respond. Was it true or false? Each of us interprets the information we receive differently. The different opinions we have on things is what makes us unique, and is the essence of what makes you, you. Or as Martin Luther King Jr. calls it, character. The point of the prompt was not just to take what we heard and apply the structured writing approach we were taught in class, but rather that we should apply our own interpretation, make it our own, and answer the question based upon who we are and what we have to offer. This is character. I think that the exercise of interpreting the question, how to figure things out, is the goal of education itself. It is through this awareness that I, and I'm sure many of my fellow students would agree with me, have gained as a result of our years here at Edison. We've done more than just learn about academics at school. There's more to life than knowing statistics, memorizing formulas, solving equations, writing an essay, or knowing exactly how the Civil War played out. All these tools will help us be successful in life depending on what we choose to do. But something else is needed. The ability to decide between right and wrong, and the necessity of responsibility. These things are crucial to a well-functioning person. Edison Intermediate School is unlike any school I've ever attended, and I've attended two, or have ever imagined. The teachers at Edison personify the goal of Martin Luther King Jr.'s statement, intelligence and character. In the past 3 years, many of my teachers have shown great understanding how to best help their students, knowing when extra support was needed, or when to just leave them to achieve their own success. I've learned how to solve problems using deductive reasoning, and I also feel that I've not just learned how to solve classwork or solve math problems, but how to apply myself in the real world too. In the past 3 years, so much has happened, whether it be learning, building character, making friends, or just having great times. In addition to the valuable classroom time, the extracurricular activities at Edison have been a huge part of my lives, and I'm sure many of the other students. Edison has been a second home for me, and this year, saying goodbye feels significantly different than moving on from grade to grade for the past years. To all the students, I hope I see you next year and look forward to our continuing good times. And to the teachers, I say thank you for working every day to bring us your best to our education, extracurricular activities, and character building. During the NJAS, which, by the way, stands for New Jersey Assessment of Skills and Knowledge, all students are organized into testing room. I believe about 25 or so to a room. Now, after the testing is completed, everyone has to wait about 45 minutes because different testing rooms finish at different times, and all the tests need to be collected before we can go to our next class. Now, believe me, if you're an 8th grader, you want to be doing something more fun than just sitting doing nothing for 45 minutes, when you know you could be doing something better. In my testing room, we finished our tests, and a couple students in the class decided to come up with a little game of baseball, with paper balls as the baseballs, books as bats, and ghost runners. Before we knew it, the announcement came on, and we went on our way. Right about now, you might be saying to yourself, Spencer, what does this have to do with anything? In that 45 minutes after taking the test, I could have sat there and complained about how we weren't doing anything, and I'm bored, and when are we going to leave? I think that 2 or 3 years ago, I would be thinking and saying those very words. But this year, we embraced the moment and didn't worry about the future. We didn't worry about when we could leave or what we would do next. We made the most of a moment that could have so easily been a speck, a nothing, in our lives that would have been forgotten in an instant. The present is a fleeting moment and needs to be taken advantage of. It is a time period where everything happens. What kind of life would you live if you're constantly thinking about the future and don't enjoy yourself in the present? This is one of the valuable lessons I, and I'm sure many of my fellow students have learned here within the past 3 years. 2 parting expressions pop to mind right now. Farewell and au revoir. Farewell, which generally implies never seeing each other again, and au revoir, which means till I see you. Congratulations, everyone, and we'll pause.
Good evening, Edison Intermediate School community. My name is David Dalton. I am the assistant principal of Edison Intermediate School. Tonight I have
Outstanding contributions to the Student Government Association. This year's awards recipients are Spencer FIshman and Kathleen Sullivan.